I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel like crying every time we say goodbye. Then I get in the truck and start driving. Good morning, goat lovers. Derek here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and I am driving through Tucson, Arizona, and we are off on another adventure delivering goats. And this time we are going through the state of Arizona, making drop-offs, and then the majority of the goats in the trailer are going to the state of Colorado, which I've been to a couple of times before, and I can't wait to go back. Although I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous about driving over the Rocky Mountains, but you know, they're the Rocky Mountains. You probably should be nervous about it. But anywho, my first stop is on the other side of Tucson, in the suburb of Marana. I guess you'd call it a suburb. And then we got another one up near Queen Creek, and then we're gonna drop Olive off in Phoenix. I believe Kevin's gonna meet me along the highway. So it's the second time I get to meet Kevin, which is cool. And then that's it. And then it's a big long day through northern Arizona, southeastern Utah. I plan to go through Moab, and we hope to make it to Grand Junction, Colorado tonight. And then we're dropping one in Grand Junction also. And that's where we're gonna stay the night there, is in Grand Junction. And then first thing in the morning, we cross, we do a 4 or 5 hour drive over the Rocky Mountains into Denver. And then we just start dropping stuff from Denver down towards Colorado Springs until we're goatless. And that's that. So saddle up, buckle in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff that people say. And let's go. This right here is Tucson's only big freeway interchange. Tucson only has I-10 that runs technically east and west, but it's more like southeast to northwest across the city. And then this is I-19, which takes you down to the border town of Nogales, Mexico. Nogales, Arizona, and Nogales, Mexico. And this is downtown Tucson here on the right, which is pretty neat. I gotta admit, I haven't spent too much time down here. You know, poured some concrete and stuff like that. We've seen some monster trucks and stuff, but all that was, you know, seems like that was a long time ago. Those big mountains in the distance there are the Santa Catalinas. Also, most locals just simply call it Mount Lemmon. In Tucson is known as the Old Pueblo City, or just the locals call it the Old Pueblo. It's like one of the oldest cities, if not the oldest, other than Santa Fe in the Southwest. But there you go, downtown Tucson. Another interesting thing about those mountains up there is the southernmost ski resort in the state of, or in the country. The southernmost ski resort in America is, it's called Ski Valley, and it's on top of the Catalinas there, Mount Lemmon, Arizona. Those mountains are over 9,000 feet tall, and they get covered in snow every time we get any precipitation in the winter. All right, this is Felisa, and she is the new owner of Cammy's Little Doeling. We are now heading north on I-10 to our next stop, which is just along the highway, just south of Phoenix, where we'll be dropping off Cammy's buckling. And believe it or not, it is raining, you know, off in the distance, but still it's sprinkling in Arizona today, and that's awesome. That mountain there on the left of the highway coming up, that's called Picacho Peak. Picacho, I believe, means peak in Spanish. So the rough translation is peak. But anywho, that's it's an ancient navigational mountain. It's used by natives and people forever to find your way around. Basically, if you're coming from Tucson, you're going north to that mountain, and then you hang a left across the desert where you meet up with the Gila River, and then you follow the Gila to Yuma. That mountain there is also home of Arizona's only Civil War battle, and it happened just because of what it is, a navigational mountain. I know there's rain getting on the windshield, but basically the South were occupying Tucson, and they had scouts up there on that mountain watching out for when the Union column would approach from California, knowing that the California column would be looking for that mountain to turn south to Tucson. And that is it. So there was just a little skirmish there between the Confederate forces and the Union Army, and basically the South went back to Tucson, and then they kind of vacated the whole city and headed east, and the Union reclaimed Tucson and Arizona. And that whole story also leads to the Battle of Apache Pass, which happened, and it kind of happened because of that, because of the South fleeing through the mountains. It alarmed the Apaches, and the Apaches summoned all hands, all warriors to the area, and they were all there and all present the next day when the Union Army, in pursuit of the Confederates, went through Apache Pass. I could be wrong on one or more or all of those facts, but that's the story as I know it. The history of Picacho Peak. Believe it or not, I climbed that mountain once all by myself. It is something. It's something to see up there. Okay, guys, we are now dropping off Cammie's buckling with her new owner, Andrew. All right, we're now about 6 minutes from our next stop. I don't know if you can see that mountain right there, all the saguaros on it. It's pretty typical for southern Arizona, and this is also the Gila River we're crossing. But you might notice something different about this river. There's no water in it. I don't know that I've ever crossed this when there was water in it, but that's the Gila. All right, we are south of Phoenix. We are dropping off Little Olive with our new owner, Kevin from Wiedemann Reed.
Hey guys, we're excited.
We're on the road again, driving down the highway with goats again. Should be to my next destination. It'll be almost 10. That's what you get when your wife brings goats home. All right, we are on the road again. We are heading north. That mountain there in front of us is kind of known by everybody as South Mountain. It's the mountain on the south side of Phoenix. And when you go by it, you're officially in Phoenix or in the metro area, and usually the traffic all screeches to a halt and all that good stuff. But that's what's up. GPS says it's 9 hours and 18 minutes to my next stop, which is Grand Junction, Colorado. on top here now in a different environment. Today, we are in the heart of Navajo land. Just off to my left is Monument Valley, and about every John Wayne movie looks like. And I just gassed up, just got the gave the goats some more water. Things are different. They're not getting a little bottle every step along the way because there's so many of them. They've made a mess of the cardboard in the trailer. I went to Tractor Supply twice last week to get some rubber mats, and they were out of them, and the new shipment doesn't come in till Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and day too late. So I put cardboard down in the trailer and to soften it up. Plus it might even be better than the rubber. It is absorbing all the pee that they're peeing all over it, and I brought extra cardboard so when we get where we're going I can give them dry bedding for tonight. The road that goes through Monument Valley goes north that-a-way, and I am heading east to US 191 before I turn north. But it's just been a pretty day all day. Coming up on this big rock outcropping on the left-hand side of the road here. Just neat stuff. Navajo land is really desolate and really pretty. But there is not a lot out here, just a whole lot of nothing. And it is a big, big place. Big place. How cool is that, huh? There's a bunch more off to the left and in the distance. I just can't point the camera at it currently. The sign said Church Rock Wash, so that must be Church Rock. There's absolutely no cell reception in Navajo land, and the GPS hasn't worked in a minute. Lucky for me, it just holds the last directions and stay on this road until you take a left on 191, and I've got a backup, you know, I've got a map. You know, I'm old school. I grew up without a GPS. If you try to call somebody, it actually says you're roaming. You know, I thought they did away with that. What a neat little ranch out in the middle of nowhere. The sign says baby rocks. They must look like babies or something. Big long red ridge. That's Navajo land. It's got some pretty colors. Finally got closer to that distant red ridge, and it's raining again. Now, northern Arizona gets more rain than southern Arizona. And when I was checking the weather this morning before I left, the weather girl said that it's been 17 years since we had measurable rainfall at the end of April. 17 years, and that was 0.002, like, you know, just barely measurable rainfall. And that was 17 years ago. Was the last time Tucson had any measurable rainfall at the end of April. So that's how rare this is. I mean, we'll take it. And, you know, Crystal said it did sprinkle at the house. Of course, until they got done covering the hay, and then it stopped. It's just the way it goes. Big old wash down there. Some nice trees. For those of you who are not from Arizona or never been, a wash is a river without any water in it. Which is like most of our rivers, it seems here. This one might be the Chin Lee. Might be. Pretty neat though, huh? Yeah, the little sign says it's the Chin Lee Wash. Hey, and there is a little water in there. Heck yeah. They got a little orchard going over there. Alright, so Four Corners is straight ahead. You know, probably another hour. And we just turned north onto the 191 towards Utah. Out there is the storm that's been chasing me. Most of it's not hitting the ground, but some of it is. Take a ride across the Badlands. Feel that freedom on your face. As you breathe in all that open space. Well, that didn't take long at all. Welcome to Utah. Life elevated. Must be getting closer to something because my little blue dot just appeared again. I can now see myself on the map. It's not telling me, you know, the distance to where I'm going hasn't updated or anything, but we're getting closer to somewhere. Steep grade, big wash. I bet this is the San Juan. Yes, sir, San Juan River. Oh yeah, there's lots of water in there. Neat. Lots of big, tall cottonwoods. This little town just keeps getting cooler. So I got a lot of old buildings, a lot of new buildings, a lot of construction. It's a really small place. Bluff, Utah. And I think I know how they got the name. But this is cool. cottonwoods and willows. Into the gray, wide open, under the sky, partially blue. Into the gray, wide open, delivering goats to you. All right, I am now back to civilization. I'm at a gas station in Blanding, Utah. About 3 hours from our tonight's destination, which is Grand Junction, Colorado. Just gonna sit here for like a half hour or so and let the goats take a break, because they gotta be jittery. I've been driving so long, I think I'm a little shaky myself. Yeah, just got caught talking to my trailer. Anyway, giving the goats some hay and some water. Let's go check them out. These are 3 girls riding up front. Hi there. They're staying pretty dry up here. It's like the majority of the pee is down there in the crowded boys section. Hi. Hey, where you get down there, buddy? I neglected to bring a couple extra bowls, so I had to improvise with something to feed them on. They don't seem to mind. Hi, hi. I'll move that away. Well, they're hungry hippos. Right here. Right there. Right there it is. You gotta stay in there. You gotta stay in there. I'm gonna close this and we'll check on the guys. Little guys are they want to attack the camera. I don't know if I mentioned, but I have some clean bedding for tonight. You can see the water oozing out. Oh, get up in there and eat that food, buddy. Get up there and eat that food. Oh, they're trying to... They're trying to escape, so I'm gonna keep that closed. So far, the trailer is doing awesome. All right, so we are on the move again. Says it's just 2 hours and 45 minutes to the next stop. The sun's gonna be down in about an hour, hour and a half, and it's just beautiful Utah. Snowy mountains and pine forest as far as the eye can see right now. And somewhere we're gonna go through Moab, the town of Moab and the desert area around there. And I've never been, but hopefully there's still some daylight when we get there. All right, we have finally made it to Colorado, and we are dropped off Jewel with her new owners, Anna and Parker.
Say hi.
Hi. See, we are getting ready to call it a night. We've got 2 does left in the front. We got them some hay and some water, and they're getting a little lambar feeding here. And then we're gonna give the guys a lambar feeding. I've already gave them some dry bedding because theirs is really bad because there's more of them. And they got some hay and some water back there. Hey, dude, you want this right here? Yeah, you want that. Oh. Oh, it's not the right height, is it? No. Okay. If I pick it up, is that better? Now it's the right height. Yeah, that's the trick there. All right. Guess that's all she wants. All right there, girl. All right. You snuggle in there. Now it's the boys' turn. Oh yeah. Oh, they're hitting it hard. Of course, we've only got 4 nipples on this thing, so they'll just have to take turns. Right there, buddy. Get on it. Get on there. Oh. Get on there, dinky guy. Oh man, they're strong. All right, guys, I'm in my truck. I'm ready to lay down. All the remaining goats. There's still 5 bucklings in there and 2 does. They've all been fed, and I don't know how much you saw of that because it was kind of chaotic. You know, of course, all the bucklings want to get out and run down the ramp and play, but they've the bucklings got dry bedding. The doelings really didn't need it. They all got hay. They both got a lambar feeding. They got water. They're all good, and they're already tucked in for the night. And I am in a truck stop that says no loitering. Hopefully that doesn't mean me. And I'm going to go to sleep, and hopefully nothing happens, and we will see you guys in the morning. So